Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. Hi, Juliet, love. How are you? I hope you're doing well today. For those of you who are new here, welcome and thank you for your subscription. My name is Sophie. You can also call me Starry. I am your friendly tarot reader for today, tonight, wherever you are. You're okay. Oh yeah, Mercury. I don't want to default to Mercury retrograde all the time, but it's happening. It's definitely happening right now. Sometimes I don't feel it as much. I don't know about you, but I think maybe it just depends on where your sign is during Mercury retrograde. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, definitely a lot of my clients, loved ones, definitely feeling it right now. But I hope you're hanging in there, love. So I can answer any of your questions this evening, with the exception of medical and or legal questions. And all my donation information can be found at the top of the chat. Mercury retrograde's beating your ass right now. I'm sorry. We might have talked about this too. Did you ask about Mercury retrograde, or did we talk about Mercury retrograde? I feel like we did. I could be mistaken then. But yeah, no, it does feel a bit stronger this time. What's your sign again, Juliet? Because I think that might have some correlation as well as to how deeply it affects somebody or not, how dramatically it affects somebody, what the effects are. Besides any question I can answer for you except for medical or legal, I'm also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on. And we also, you're a Libra, and we also just received our first donation. Thank you so much, Juliet, for your donation. Were you interested? Did you want a 10-card reading, or did you have 2 questions? So yeah, I'm an Aquarius, Libra rising, so that air energy might be more affected right now. 10 card about love interest. Okay, you got it. Please go ahead and what is the fellow's name? Or the person's name? And did you want to do the thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread for you and Clay? Okay, and what sign is Clay? Clay is a Capricorn. Okay. Thoughts and feelings. And did you just want to do thoughts and feelings, no intentions? Oh, and intentions. Okay, you got it. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Clay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Juliet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Clay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Juliet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Clay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Juliet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Clay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Juliet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Clay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Juliet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Clay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Juliet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Clay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Juliet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Clay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Juliet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Clay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Juliet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Clay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Juliet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Clay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Juliet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Clay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Juliet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Clay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Juliet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Clay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Juliet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Clay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Juliet? we have Four of Wands reversed, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Two of Cups reversed, the High Priestess, the Hanged Man reversed, the Star, Two of Wands, Ace of Cups reversed, and Two of Swords reversed. Now, we've read for this guy before, haven't we? You guys have a history. Am I correct? You guys have known each other for like a while. You think, okay, we might have read for him. How long have you known one another for? We've talked since July. Okay. So we'll start with your general energies. We have the Four of Wands reversed and the Hanged Man reversed. The Four of Wands reversed is indicative of a feelings of lack of harmony. Things aren't as happy as they were in the beginning. And with the Hanged Man reversed, you feel like you're in suspension. You feel like you're just being left hanging and things aren't really moving forward. They're feeling rather stagnant. I feel like things were moving at a pretty steady pace back in July and probably even just throughout the summer. But I feel like you at least are feeling as though things are slowing down, and it does look like the energy is slowing down a bit. With his general energies, we have the High Priestess and the Two of Swords reversed. He does. I don't think that he wants to necessarily end things. And I'll get to that in a moment. I don't think he wants to end things, but I do feel his energy is pulling away. The High Priestess is significant of breaking free. The High Priestess is also a solo card. It's a single card. I don't want to say it's like the card of singledom, but it is a card of at least emotional detachment. And especially when I see it with the Two of Swords reversed, Two of Swords reversed being indicative of extreme confusion and indecision. And I'll get to the indecision. I also see some more indecision over here too. So I feel like he knows that it's July, August, September, October. It's 4 months. Have you guys established a label, or have you guys talked about where things are going at all? If you haven't communicated that, I think he knows that it's around that time, and I think it's something that he's wanting to put off. I think he is in kind of a stagnant position. Does he want things to come to a close? No, I don't think he does. With this Ace of Pentacles and the Star, he still sees potential in the connection with the Star, and I think he does want a new type of I don't want to say a new beginning with you, but he doesn't want things to come to an end. He wants to. He's taking things slowly. I don't feel like there's another person involved. I don't feel like this is just him dragging his feet for no reason. I feel like this is very Capricorn. Actually, I was gonna say, yeah, he's got to be an Earth sign. This feels very methodical, Julia. This feels like he's really wanting to create a solid foundation before rushing into something. Like I said, I don't feel like he wants to end things with you, even though you may feel his energies are pulling back. It's more of an indecisive energy, like he needs some space to think about what his next moves are going to be here, because he knows that the next moves are inevitable. It's been 4 months. You're going to question something, or if you don't, he's going to feel some kind of energy from you that will probably signify that you are wanting that. Hey, E, how's it going? His feelings towards you, we have the Page of Cups and the Two of Wands. He still has feelings for you, love. Again, like this is very clear to me. He definitely still has feelings for you. He definitely has a cup of affection for you. Hi, Mahogany, love. You would be next. I'm reading for Juliet, and then there's no one next on the list, so you would be next. Thank you. But yeah, he's on the fence right now. He's indecisive. He doesn't know how or what to do moving forward with this Two of Wands. His intentions, we have the Two of Cups reversed and the Ace of Cups reversed, which is initially a little concerning to me. Both the Ace and the Two of Cups both here are reversed. I don't want to say that he's not looking for love, because he is, but I think that's also something that he's evaluating here with the High Priestess, Juliet, is I think that he's evaluating whether you guys are on the same page here, if you guys are really looking for the same thing, if he's really looking for something solid. Thank you so much, Mahogany. Thank you, love. If you guys are both looking for the same thing. So again, he's not, I do feel his energy is pulling away, but it's not in the sense of wanting to legitimately move away from you. And we also received a donation from Miss Wendy. Thank you so much, girl. It's not like he wants to move away from you at this time, but he does need some space to process some things. He does need some silence and some time alone to figure out what the next steps are here, what his next actions are, how to move this forward. Yeah. You're very welcome, Juliet. You're very welcome. And I don't really like defaulting to astrological signs all the time, but this is very Capricorn in nature. They do not move quickly. They move very slowly, but they are methodical in a good way, and he's not trying to hurt you or anything like that. Thank you again, love. Thank you, E. Yeah, this is a super psychedelic deck. It's the Starman Tarot deck I forgot to mention earlier. It's not by, the art isn't by David Bowie, but it's inspired by the works of David Bowie, the late great. All right, we have Mahogany is next. And then we have Miss Wendy. Hey, girl. Mahogany, thank you so much for your donation. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. If it's cute Capricorn, just stop giving him the same attention. He'll speed up, but you have to stand firm. Yeah, that can be the case sometimes, Mahogany. I haven't dated too many Capricorns. Wait, are you for real? Are you for real, E? Did you for real have to have an emergency appendectomy? Or you have to have one? My goodness. I'm so sorry. What does Reese think when he thinks of me? He's been on my mind a lot lately, but we haven't spoken in a while. Okay. And what is Reese's sign? Mahogany, you are a Leo, right, hon? Masters and Spirit Guides. What does Reese think when he thinks? What does Reese think about when he thinks of Mahogany? Masters and Spirit Guides. What does Reese think about when he thinks about Mahogany? Masters and Spirit Guides. What does Reese think about when he thinks of Mahogany? Masters and Spirit Guides. What does Reese think about when he thinks of Mahogany? Masters and Spirit Guides. What does Reese think about when he thinks of Mahogany? Masters and Spirit Guides. What does Reese think about when he thinks of Mahogany? Masters and Spirit Guides. What does Reese think about when he thinks of Mahogany? Masters and Spirit Guides. What is on Reese's mind when he thinks about Mahogany? Masters and Spirit Guides. What does Reese think about when he thinks about Mahogany? Masters and Spirit Guides. What is on Reese's mind when he thinks about Mahogany? Okay, we have Queen of Cups, Two of Wands, Three of Swords, the Star, and 10 of Wands. So when Reese thinks about you, you said you guys haven't, he's been on your mind a lot lately, but you haven't spoken in a while. Yeah, I can see that. And it's a two-way street, Mahogany. You're very much on his mind. And it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. On one hand, you're still, he definitely still has very strong affections for you with this Queen of Cups. You still hold a place in his heart. The Queen of Cups, as you know, is a really, really strong card when it comes to, and I don't know, the extent of your connection that you guys shared, but he definitely still holds affection for you. Yet there's disappointment here with the Three of Swords, heartache. I definitely do think he misses you, because he's holding out hope for the future. He still thinks that there's some potential between you and him with the Star. The Star is about hope. It's also about healing. And I think that's where this Two of Wands comes into play. It's like, do I continue to heal, or do I reach out to her and start something again? Yeah, like for the past couple of days, he's been on my mind. I'm like, I really don't know why. I mean, heavier. Yeah. Well, I'm not saying he's doing any hoodoo voodoo or anything to like, and I'm not saying that when someone thinks about you, you inherently think about them and there's some kind of connection there. But I think it's more, you guys are very much on the same page. I don't know if it's just the amount of time that has transpired between the two of you. Maybe you guys have just processed whatever happened in the past at the same pace. There's clearly a connection between the two of you. And this weighs heavily on his mind with the Ten of Wands, this indecision, like, because this Star, yeah, is definitely representative of both healing and of hope. Like, I am healing from the past, but he is healing from the past, but he is very tempted to reach out to you. You're on his mind a lot. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, totally. Yeah, no, I hear you. Absolutely. I think it's not even hoodoo. Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. It's more like, I think there is something to be said for an energetic connection, or a very soulful connection between two people. And clearly you guys had something very significant. I don't know how long it lasted or what the depth was, but like I said, I think that the key word here would be bittersweet. When he thinks about you, it's strong. His feelings are very strong. Thinks about you a lot. And it's not easy because you're not there. You're not, your presence is not there. You're not in the same position as you were in his life. He does have, he does feel heartache and disappointment. But he is healing. It was a connection that just didn't go anywhere because he just didn't try at all. I mean, not even a little. So it hurt me for real. Yeah. I was going to say that Three of Swords is disappointment and heartache, but there's some regret that I'm picking up too. I was just going to say, I do feel like he feels regretful, and I didn't feel like he wronged you. Like he didn't do something to intentionally hurt you. It was like his lack of action. It's like he feels regretful, like in a kind of like loserly way. I definitely could have done something more than one thing, or even just one thing to have made this happen. And I think that's where that Star card is there. He's like, well, maybe she'll forgive me. Maybe I'll have the courage to make something happen. So yeah, it's bittersweet. It's like he knows he should have done better. But it's also not like completely, he still thinks about you. There's still some, I think there is still some chance if you guys can get on the same page there. Hey, Wendy, and thank you so much, Mahogany. I appreciate you. No rush on reading it, just didn't want to put it on here. Yeah, sure, Wendy. Is it related to your question? You're welcome, Mahogany. Take care. Nope, just some background story. Oh, okay. Wait, so it is related to the question? Like it's about like background to the question you want to ask? My question is the karmic cycle between me and Samuel finally over? Well, I'll read it if it's right now. If it's about Samuel, let me check. Okay. Well, that also explains a lot about like, yeah, just how he is, why he is the way he is. Hey Tay, welcome. You're new. Thank you so much for your subscription. If you were to donate now, you would be next. There's only one person in the queue, Miss Wendy, who I am reading for right now. Thank you. So is the karmic cycle between you and Samuel finally over? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is the karmic cycle between Wendy and Samuel finally over? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is the karmic cycle between Wendy and Samuel finally over? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is the karmic cycle between Wendy and Samuel finally over? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is the karmic cycle between Wendy and Samuel finally over? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is the karmic cycle between Wendy and Samuel finally over? Have you tried doing a cord cutting ritual, Wendy? I've probably asked you that. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is the karmic cycle between Wendy and Samuel finally over? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is the karmic cycle between Wendy and Samuel finally over? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is the karmic cycle between Wendy and Samuel finally over? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is the karmic cycle between Wendy and Samuel finally over? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is the karmic cycle between Wendy and Samuel finally over? Oh. Yeah. The goggles that I thought were a yarmulke. Okay, we have King of Cups, Ace of Wands, Seven of Cups reversed, Two of Swords reversed, and the Hierophant reversed. That tells me yes. That is a yes from me, Wendy. He still has feelings for you. Excuse me. He still has feelings for you. That I cannot deny with this King of Cups here. But I do feel like the cycle is over. I feel like you're going. I know that there's still residual pain and hurt within you, but I feel like it's going to be coming too soon to a close very, very soon. I just heard today that he's leaving only to go home. Early to go home. Okay. Yeah, this Ace of Wands is a thumbs up card for me. Yeah, that's definitely an affirmative. He's no longer and will no longer be a part of your romantic desires. Or like a romantic potential, seeing him as any kind of romantic potential with the Seven of Cups reverse. Your values just aren't aligned. There's a lot that is just not aligned between the two of you, and it's not meant to be. The cycle is closed. Is he still going to feel a certain type of way about you? Yeah, but he's not going to do anything about it, and he's leaving, just like he did nothing about it in the past. He's not going to do anything about it now. He's not going to do anything about it in the future. The cycle's over. And I'm happy to hear that, yeah, he's leaving early. That is definitely a good thing. Just get him out of your sphere here, and allow you to just work. The relief I felt when I heard him. So yeah, no, good things are coming towards you, Wendy. They really are. Like, you popped into my brain when I was in traffic today. When am I not in traffic? I mean, hell, yeah, just name of the game, I guess. Yeah, no, you popped into my head, and I was thinking about how just like good things are really coming towards you, and I feel like this is a blessing too. It may not feel like it immediately or look like it immediately, but it really is. Right? I was gonna say, you and me, like, the traffic is just inevitable, being where we are. So it doesn't matter what time of day, doesn't matter where I'm heading. Like, it's always at the same stretch of freeway. Yeah. But I kept it cool. I had like very zero patience earlier today, and I was like, I'm really hangry. That's what's going on. I need to go home and eat. And I did, and I was at peace. It's kind of amazing how that happens. But yeah, so the cycle is definitely coming to a close. I feel like it's my karmic lesson learned, and I'm glad this validated it. We're still, I was just talking about Mercury retrograde with Juliet earlier. Yeah, it's. I don't want to say it's kicking my ass, because it's not. Like, I narrowly avoided a street sweeping ticket. I saw the meter maids like giving them out like the second it turned 1 o'clock, and I just, like, by some strike of like, you're very welcome, Wendy. Just by some strike of like good luck, I happened to remember on Sunday evening. I was like, oh crap, it's street sweeping day tomorrow at 1. So I set, I was like, set an alarm to like know when to move my car, and yeah, I just narrowly avoided getting a ticket from Miss Rita. There were 2 dudes out giving tickets. They were not messing around. But no tickets for me. No tickets for me. It ain't happening. Not today, not tomorrow. And yes, you are very, very welcome as always, Miss Wendy. All right. So I also offer a soulmate confirmation reading that can be done very straightforward, in which we simply ask your angels, messengers, your spirit guides, your ancestral guides, if somebody in your life, and they don't have to be of a romantic nature, if somebody that you're questioning in your life is indeed a soulmate of yours, and spirit will answer yes or no. Yes, why or why not? No, why why not? We can also ask if spirit gives their blessing, if you want to ask it that way too. It is not common. I don't want to say it's not common, but our guides, our spirit guides, our ancestral guides definitely have very high expectations for us and the people in our lives. Just think about, our loved ones and what they want, how they want the best for us. It is very similar with our spirit guides. I also offer a past life regression reading. I've been studying past life regression therapy since I was very, very young, and it is just to illustrate we have very many past lives. It's just to illustrate the past life of yours, just to help illuminate more about yourself and your soul's journey. It can definitely be asked, please illuminate the past life of yours that is most relevant to your life now, that would help you with the challenges that you're facing now. But it can be asked in many other ways as well, for many other reasons. And they are definitely never boring. Those are always very, very interesting. Highly recommend those. And as I did for, I believe, it was Juliet earlier, I have my thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread. That is at no additional donation amount. and it's pretty self-explanatory. It's be done with mini reading, which is 5 cards, 5-card reading, full reading, which is 10, or in-depth, which is 15, and it answers 3 questions in one. Their thoughts, their feelings, and their intentions towards you, as well as your general energies and their general energies in the situation. And again, this doesn't have to be a romantic situation. It could also be a friend, a family member, a neighbor, a coworker, whomever. And once again, that's it. No additional donation amount, just a question, suggestion. I also offer private readings. I offer those by appointment only. Those are over Zoom, and you see the cards, me talking to you. You can go over all the backstory and context that you need to. We can answer as many questions as you need to. There's no limit to the amount of cards I can pull for you, and we just get to the bottom of things. Also, I offer private readings, and also they provide that extra level of discretion and anonymity, since it's not on a live stream. I also offer them on offline for matters of convenience. If you have a question and I haven't been online, you haven't seen me online, I'm still available almost always, unless otherwise noted. Even when I'm traveling, I always have a deck of cards with me. Just send your donation with your question, and I can answer it within 24-hour turnaround, usually within 2 to 3 hours, over voice memos, over DM on Instagram, or typed via email. And everyone should definitely go follow me on Instagram. I highly recommend that. If you ever have any questions about your readings, it's always a great outlet for you to reach out to me. And thank you so much, T, for your donation. So you have 3 questions. T, what is your astrological sign, love? And your first question is, I'm suing my condo association. President and treasurer are stealing money. Well, I went. Oh, honey, I can't answer legal questions, T. So I can't answer. I certainly can't answer the first question. Legal and medical questions I cannot answer. Why are the other 3 board members covering for the president and treasurer's theft? And is the president throwing dirt on my name and turning the other homeowners against me? The only question I'd be able to answer would be the third one. The other 2 are definitely legal questions. I mean, technically, they're all legal questions. They're all related to a case. But in terms of, why is the president throwing dirt on your name? It could be a personal reason which wouldn't. Yeah, no problem. And thank you for your understanding. And you are a Leo. What is the president of the condo association? What is their name? Ah, thank you, you know. Very helpful. And what is his name? I just need his first name. Marcus, okay. Let's see what's going on with Marcus here. Why is he... Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why is Marcus throwing dirt, talking badly about Tammy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why is Marcus talking badly about Tammy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why is Marcus talking badly about Tammy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why is Marcus throwing dirt on Tammy's name? Talking badly about her. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why is Marcus talking badly about Tammy? Dirt on her name. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why is Marcus trying to tarnish Tammy's name? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why is Marcus trying to tarnish Tammy's name? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why is Marcus trying to tarnish Tammy's name? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why is Marcus trying to tarnish Tammy's name? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why is Marcus trying to tarnish Tammy's name? Okay, we have Two of Wands reversed, the Tower reversed, Seven of Cups reversed, the Emperor reversed, yeah, and Knight of Wands reversed. All right, yeah, that Knight of Wands reversed, the Emperor reversed. That immediately tracks. Marcus, general love and finance reading for the other two. Yeah, you got it. So I hate to put it this way, but a big reason why he is tarnishing your name and speaking poorly about you is because he can. He's in a position of power. The Emperor and the Knight of Wands, both reversed, are indicative of males specifically in a position of power who are abusing it. And this is his way of abusing it because he can, because it's in some way working to his advantage. Now take that as you will. I can't get into details there, but for whatever reason, it's there's some kind of manipulation here. It's to protect, in some way, to protect his own liability with the Tower reversed, to cover his own tracks, like placing blame on another person. And that, I'm not saying he's directly placing blame on you, but he's tarnishing your name in order to attain the things that he's looking to attain with the Seven of Cups reversed, and to not have to accept culpability, responsibility here. This is a very twisted person. This is someone who's definitely abusing their power. Not good. Not good stuff. yeah, very, very, very nefarious, sinister energy there, twisted, just like a man who is in a position of power, and is abusing it because it's ultimately, he believes it will ultimately work to his own advantage. Yeah, it's pretty dark stuff there. I truly hope that you win this and justice is served, love. It definitely sounds like it needs to be. And Scorpio too. I love me some Scorpios, I really do. But when they're bad, they're bad. And when any sign's bad, they're bad, right? There's good and bad with every sign. And when Scorpios are bad, though, they can be real bad. You know, they can really sting. And he's really using the stinger here. Yeah, wildly unfair. So a general love and finance reading for the other two. Okay, let's start with a general love reading. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is coming towards Tammy in love? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is coming towards Tammy in love? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is coming towards Tammy in love? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is coming towards Tammy in love? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is coming towards Tammy in love? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is coming towards Tammy in love? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is coming towards Tammy in love? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is coming towards Tammy in love? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is coming towards Tammy in love? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is coming towards Tammy in love? Alright, we have Ace of Swords, Five of Swords reversed, Two of Wands reversed, Ten of Wands, and Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups and Ace of Swords. My. So are you single right now, Tammy? Because this looks like there's the possibility of not one, but two new suitors in your life. Shateria, hi, welcome, love, hello. And I see this with three cards here, starting with this Ace of Swords. This is a new beginning. We also have another new beginning, which is more of a romantic. I feel like there's this two, and I'll just get to it right now. There's a lot of information here, but I can say it pretty succinctly. I feel like there's going to be two suitors, if there's not already. I feel like two suitors are coming into your life. I don't get to say this that often, but this is indecision. This is having a difficult time making a decision. And when I see two new beginnings on the horizon, I'm not saying, and I'm not saying it's going to be a tough decision, because I'm seeing difficulties. It is going to be a tough decision with this Ten of Wands. You're going to like them you're going to like them both very much, but for different reasons. I feel like one is going to have a more intellectual rapport with you. You might have a lot more in common with them. Maybe some more fun conversations. But this Ace of Cups is more of a romantic, maybe a little better looking. But I think romantic is really the name of the game with this other fellow. Is he's just kind of jives with you more in a romantic sense. But you are looking, I feel like you are looking for a combination of the two. And I think that's where it makes this decision a little bit difficult. But either way, you're not going to lose here with the Five of Swords reversed. You are going to become, I don't think you're going to be single for very much longer. At least I see, and this is a whole lot to happen. I see this transpiring over the next 6 months or so. And you're not going to walk away feeling like you've lost out or feeling like you made the wrong decision. You will come out on top here with a fellow and feeling like you've made the right decision. Yeah, that's definitely not a message that I get to impart very often, but I'm very, very happy to have imparted that. Yeah, not one, but two, hun, on the horizon there. So always good to have options too. It can be a little bit of a difficulty sometimes making that decision, and we don't want to hurt people's feelings, of course. But making the right decision for you, the right person for you at the end of the day is obviously what is ideal. At the end of the day. So that's great. I see wonderful things on the horizon for you in your romantic life. Now let's see what's going on in your financial situation coming up. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Tammy in terms of finances? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Tammy regarding her finances? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Tammy in regards to her finances? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Tammy in regards to her finances? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Tammy in regards to her finances? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Tammy in regards to her finances? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Tammy in regards to her finances? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Tammy in regards to her finances? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Tammy in regards to her finances? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is coming towards Tammy in regards to her finances? I want to see pentacles. I want to see hella pentacles. 5 of Cups. The Chariot. Queen of Wands is my card for today. Judgment reversed. And King of Swords. Okay, so I'm not seeing any pentacles here, but I like the energy. And this is my little black book, and it specifically has financial definitions for cards, and I don't know the financial definitions of all these cards right off the top of my head, so I'm looking it up. Yeah, the 5 of Cups is one that I is the one I wanted to avoid there. 5 of Cups, is usually a signifier of financial loss. This could be a recent financial loss. This could be debts that you are still paying off, that you have yet to pay off. But the good news is that you are definitely, most definitely, going to be gaining a firmer control over your finances in the near future, and definitely the near upcoming future. With this beautiful Chariot card and this Queen of Wands. This Chariot, it's forward momentum, things moving forward. Again, I want to get a more specific career definition here. Yeah, you're a Leo. You're a very determined woman. You're a very determined person. And the Chariot is definitely representative of that determination to achieve one's financial goals. I think you have a very clear vision of the way you would like your finances to look. Ideally, I guess ideally for most of us it would just be unlimited, right? But practically speaking, I think that you have a good idea as to how you would want your financial overall picture to look like. And then furthermore, with this Queen of Wands, definitely, if I'm not mistaken, is definitely saying that you definitely have a lot of determination. Again, this determination. And confidence. That's the other thing, is confidence in making financial decisions, confidence in your financial situation, taking action, harnessing that determination, harnessing that motivation, that focus and drive, and implementing it into improvements. I definitely need some clarification on this Judgment reversed. I love this King of Swords. I'll get to that in a moment. But this Judgment reversed here in regards to finances. Interesting. Yeah, Judgment reverse. Okay, Judgment reverse can actually be a signifier of self-doubt. And I'm talking about determination, you know, feeling secure. And I see that further here with this King of Swords. The King of Swords is excellent with his finances, and is really good at managing money and making money and making things happen. You know, there might be some setbacks along the road, and don't let those, you know, easier said than done, I know, but try not to let those hold you back or set you back in any kind of way, because in the long run, they won't. I think this is just a symbolic of a feeling, some feelings of self-doubt that can, you know, that can show up on the horizon. But yeah, this King of Swords the King of Swords. King of Swords, and I'm not saying that you do make impulsive financial decisions, but the King of Swords never does that. The King of Swords is very methodical and very logical and practical with all of his financial decisions, and money moves that he makes, or that she makes in this case, in your case, very logical. Yeah, when it comes to money and finances, so this looks good. This looks promising. It looks like you have very clear visions and goals in mind as to, you know, how you want to see your financial situation look like manifested. And, you know, the clearer that idea is, the easier it is for one to attain that, you know, regardless as to whether it's finances, you know, career, romance. The clearer you have a vision as to how you want something to end up, the easier it is for both you to make that happen and for Spirit to meet you halfway. So yeah, this all looks very good. I mean, minus the first question, that guy being a piece of work. So sorry that you're dealing with that. But it looks like your love life looks great on the horizon. Hi Sigma, welcome. Thank you so much. I will let you know when I receive it. Yeah, it looks like things are good on the horizon for you, Tammy, in both the financial department and in the love department. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you. You are very welcome, Tammy. You are so welcome, love. Thank you. All right, so the donation queue is currently open. If anybody has any questions, please send in your donation. I would love to read for you. Thank you. And we just received another donation from Miss Wendy. Thank you, Wendy. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. A restructuring is coming to my department. How will this affect me? Let's see. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will the restructuring going on in Wendy's department affect her? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will the restructuring that's going to happen in Wendy's department affect her? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will the restructuring of Wendy's department affect her? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will the restructuring of Wendy's department affect her? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will the restructuring of Wendy's department affect her? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will the restructuring of Wendy's department affect her? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will the restructuring of Wendy's department affect her? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will the restructuring of Wendy's department affect her? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will the restructuring of Wendy's department affect her? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will the restructuring of Wendy's department affect her? Five of Swords reversed, Ten of Pentacles, the World reversed, Eight of Wands reversed, and Three of Cups reversed. And we just received a donation from Kay. Thank you so much, Kay, for your donation. Let me quickly add you here before we jump in to Wendy's reading. Okay. How will this affect you? I don't think it's going to affect you negatively. I feel like you may very well get a raise, Wendy, with this Ten of Pentacles. I feel like in terms of money, and I don't know, you said it's being restructured. I don't know what context that is. I don't know if that has anything to do with pay. But something's telling me that something's going to change with your pay for the better. Negative cycles coming to a close with the world reverse. Question we were just asking earlier. Not in regards to the restructuring of your works department, but in terms of you and Samuel. I know he's going to be leaving, but I feel like there's going to be less communication with people who you don't want to be communicating with. Eight of Wands reversed is a lack of communication. Three of Cups reversed is lack of fraternization. It could also be seen as unhealthy connections with coworkers, but I see it as the opposite. I see it as like unwelcome fraternizations between you and your coworkers coming to a close here. This is not going to be a loss for you with this Five of Wands reverse. This isn't going to be a defeat of some kind. This is going to be, I think it's going to be a win for you in a lot of ways. It's a restructuring, so there are going to be major changes here, and you will take note of them. They won't, they won't go without you noticing them. But I think especially in the long term, determining how long that is, depending on how long that is, I think that this is going to benefit you, Wendy. Yeah, I see it as more like current unwelcomed communications and fraternizations. I think really more communications with coworkers coming to a close, and perhaps working with new people. I think I'm being moved to another team. Yeah, that's crazy. I just said perhaps working with new people entirely. I think that's a big part of it. Is the people who you're working with now, those connections, those communications, at least in the work realm, coming to a close. But that Ten of Pentacles there, girl, that it definitely looks like it's going to be advantageous for you. In terms of your position and the security within your position and the money that you make within it. So it looks good. It looks like a welcomed change. Change is always scary, or it can be scary, but is often necessary. Okay, looking forward to the change while I still. Yeah, exactly, and that's what too. It was like, I think it's going to be good for you in the long term. I don't think the long term is going to be that much longer, but I think it's going to be good in the interim, really, between now and your next job. So this looks good. This looks good, Wendy. I think it's going to be a nice fresh change for you there. Yeah. Thank you again, love. Thank you so much. This looks good. Looks good. Kay, thank you, Kay, for your donation, my friend. Good to see you. Were you interested in a 15 card reading? You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Wendy. Thank you. It's going well. Okay, how's it going with you? So many of my Leos in the house tonight. Good to hear. Good to hear, my friend. And what is your question? How can I help you? What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions? And what's her sign again? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Sanoa's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Kay? We have Ace of Swords reversed, the Hermit, Knight of Cups reversed, Temperance reversed, Strength, Three of Cups reversed, Three of Swords reversed, Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles reversed, the Magician reversed, Nine of Cups, Page of Pentacles reversed, the Empress reversed, Queen of Pentacles, and Ten of Swords. These are heavy energies, Kay. Right. Let's start with your general energies towards the situation. We have the Ace of Swords reversed, Three of Cups reversed, and Nine of Cups. Ace of Swords reversed, and correct me if I'm wrong, the Ace of Swords reversed to me is a sign that communication is not ideal right now. It's not where you would like it to be. It's not. It's possibly the rhythm in your communication has has changed. Either you're not communicating at all, or not communicating as often, or the communication just doesn't feel the same as it did in the past. With this Three of Cups reversed, again, please correct me if I'm wrong here, because this is a loaded potato statement for me to make. I could be wrong here, but you may be having suspicions that there could possibly be a third party involved here. There could possibly be a third party coming between the potential of you and her. You definitely still have affections for her. I can't deny that. With this Nine of Cups, she still, you still find her very enchanting, and like I said, you're very attracted to her still have very warm affections towards her. But there's something there's something left. There's something missing there. There's something left to be desired when it comes to your connection that you're feeling with her right now. It's not quite the same as where it was when things were at their apex, or at least at the beginning. Her general energies, we have Strength, the Magician reversed, and Ten of Swords. She is attracted to you. With this Strength card, she is physically attracted to you. That I can't deny. But she's definitely, I do feel like she has some doubts here. I don't think that she feels like this would be a good connection between the two of you with the Magician reversed. I'm also starting to wonder if there's a third party here too. Because the Magician reversed is also indicative of romantic trickery. I'm not saying that she's leading you on or tricking you in any way, because it does look as though her energies have pulled away. I don't think she's trying to hurt you. But it also is a signifier of a low willpower for love, or feeling like there's a lack of potential when it comes to a connection, and she may even be feeling like, it might have been short-term, like a short-term flirtation that may have lost some of the magic that both of you were feeling at the beginning of this. And she feels like something's come to a close here with this Ten of Swords. If I'm not mistaken, I don't believe the two of you started dating, unless you did and you didn't tell me. But the Ten of Swords is a signifier of breakup, separation, but it's also a signifier of a third party, of infidelity. And I wouldn't say infidelity, because I don't think the two of you, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you actually were together in a committed connection, but I am feeling a bit of a third party distraction here on her end. Her thoughts, we have the Hermit, the Three of Swords reversed, and the Page of Pentacles reversed. This is also where I'm getting energy that she's retreated energetically, communicatively. She's kind of, you might not be talking to her as much, seeing her as much. If you're coworkers, you may be seeing her just as often, but the communication is either not as good as it was, or is not as frequent as it was. I do see her having taken a step back to think. This is the thinking column, to reflect. The Hermit is reflecting. And I said earlier that she doesn't want to break. I don't get the sense that she wants to hurt you, that she's trying to hurt you with this Three of Swords reversed. I sincerely think she wants to avoid hurting you at all costs. But that can be a very difficult thing to do if, if somebody has feelings for you and you can't and you can't match them. It's sometimes it's inevitable that the other person is going to get hurt. But she's not intentionally trying to hurt you. With this Page of Pentacles reversed, yeah, there's definitely, she's not wanting to commit to anything, and I know that you wanted, I believe you wanted to take things, she wanted to take things slowly. You can correct me if I'm wrong, this might have been someone else, but I kind of get the energy that she did say that she wanted to take things slowly, but in taking things very, very slowly, she's kind of either been distracted by someone else, or it could be a combination of the two. I do still feel like there's some distraction with another person, and I think that I'm not saying she was lying to you. She said that she did want to take things slowly, but I think there was just some hesitancy from the get-go that is normally not there. If someone really does feel a certain type of way towards someone, and her feelings, yeah, we've got the Knight of Cups reversed. This is avoiding conflict. This is a passive-aggressive partner. This is the quickly changing feelings, false appearances. So I don't want to say that she's been lying to you this whole time and flirting with you and spending time with you, but I do think that she wasn't in a place to start anything from the get-go. And she never wanted to hurt you, but she also has to be true to herself at the same time. And I'm not making excuses for anything. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing here. Her feelings, yeah, the Seven of Pentacles, she's feeling frustrated. She doesn't know what to do from here. She things aren't growing. But she also doesn't want to really make things grow any further with this Nine of Pentacles reverse that I'll get to in just a moment. But she's not feeling like, she's definitely not fully seated within her divine feminine energies at this time. Okay, the Empress reverse. Like I said, I just feel like she wasn't in a position from the get-go, from you like meeting each other or from the onset of your affections for her. I don't think she's been in a good place to start a connection with someone. I don't think she's in a good emotional headspace. And she doesn't feel like she could be your Empress right now. And possibly, it's possible that she doesn't feel like she could be anybody's Empress at this time. Her intentions, we have Temperance reversed, Nine of Pentacles reversed, and the Queen of Pentacles. I'm sorry, Kate. There's definitely an imbalance here with this Temperance reversed. That's an imbalance of affections. And I do think that, like I said, she doesn't want to hurt you. She doesn't want to hurt you. She doesn't want to tell you this. She doesn't want to say, I don't think that I should be moving forward with you because I just don't think that it's equal between the two of us. It's a very that's a hard thing to say. It's a hard thing to hear. But she just doesn't want to move forward in a romantic way with this Nine of Pentacles reversed. Like I said, she doesn't want things to grow in that direction. I feel she's just very, very guarded when it comes to this connection. And I think in general, like I said, it feels and sounds to me like she's not good. I'm so sorry, one sec. It sounds to me like she's not in a good headspace to be in any type of romantic connection. To want to grow in that direction. She does want to maintain a friendship with you, and I believe the two of you work together, if I'm not mistaken. This Queen of Pentacles, that is, you know, a work partner, and she does value you. I think I would intuitively, thinking this, just like clarity, I think I would intuitively, I don't, wait, what do you mean by that? Oh, you don't work with her. Okay. Well, she wants things to, I think she wants things to work out with you. I do think she wants things to work out with you. But I don't, it doesn't feel like it's in a romantic context. But what, I'm sorry, what did you mean by, I think I would intuitively, thinking this, just like clarity? Sensitive. Oh, I think I, I think I was intuitively thinking this, just like clarity. Gotcha. Yeah, you kind of got this vibe too, because yeah, okay, so it is resonating. Yeah, because because the energy, even before I pulled the cards, I just felt like this energy of like pulling back, and I don't, how long has it been now that you guys have been talking? I always recommend giving people a time frame, you know, depending on how long you've been talking to someone. If you're not seeing forward motion, or if you're sensing, oh, it's been a month, okay, yeah, and do you any sense that she's pulling back, but without explanation? Yeah, explanation might be too difficult. Yeah. My best advice to you, Kay, it sounds like your intuition is strong. And, you know, you can always give this a time frame. You can give this more time, you know, if you'd like. I wouldn't give it too much more time if things are already kind of showing up this way. People are, you know, if things are usually going to work, you usually see it within that time frame, you know, but not every romance is the same, so I don't want to just put them all in one box. But, you know, if you don't see something within a certain amount of time, and you can give that any amount of time you want, I would recommend at the longest 3 months. But it sounds like, I don't know, it sounds like she's just pulling back. But if she you know, if she does continue, if you guys do continue talking, I don't, and are you guys still talking? Because if you guys still are talking, you know, it's I think it's fair to give it a time frame. I think it's more like what I want to accept. I'm not really okay with bad communication. Yeah, because that Ace of Swords, I think that was Ace of Swords reversed, right? When I was mentioning the communication fell off. What? So is she like not texting you, or the rhythm's off, or she's just inconsistent? Because then you have to think, yeah, you know, like in the long term, you know, if she were to be my girl, would she behave that way as a partner? Not really. I stopped talking at least consistently. Gotcha. Oh, you stopped talking consistently. Was there a reason why, or was it just a vibe? She talks more in person, just a bad text. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta have that. And I understand some people just being bad texters, but at the same time, like you do gotta maintain that, you know, because I can be a bad texter too, but you do have to maintain that rapport. Yeah, and especially when you have feelings for someone, I totally understand that. Yeah. Because I'm a bad texter. I'll tell you this though, Kay. I'm a bad texter, but if I really like someone, that changes. You know. Um, and so when I start to see, hiccups in rhythm and like communications with others, then it's like, okay, are they? I start to think, maybe they're in the same spot. So I was talking, I felt bad, but it's fine. I'm sorry, Kay. Same energy, but I didn't mean it that way. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah. Well, you'll know when the right girl's out there for you. You have strong intuition, and you know you know when we know when people are really into us, and we know when we're really into other people. But you know, um, yeah, she's missing out. Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you very much. Though. I really appreciate you. Appreciate your donation. I hope I brought you clarity there. Yeah, for sure, for sure. If it's not a blessing, it's a lesson. It's just learning from new experiences. You're very welcome. You are very welcome, my friend. All right, so the donation queue is currently open, everybody. So whoever donates next will be next. Thank you. Yes, I think it's always wise to get advice from loved ones and spiritual advisors. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But your own intuition is also really strong too. Okay, you know, don't doubt that. And we just received another donation from Kay. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. And we also received a donation from KK, a different friend. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and add you to the queue. Kay, thank you so much. Were you interested in another 15 card reading? You got it, Kay. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Absolutely. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What do you want Kay to know? What messages do you have regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What messages do you have for Kay regarding his current life path? Okay, we have Page of Wands, the Sun, the Magician reversed, Five of Wands reversed, Seven of Cups, Temperance reversed, Death reversed, Queen of Swords reversed, Three of Cups reversed, the Hanged Man, Knight of Cups reversed, Ten of Cups reversed, the Moon, the Chariot, and the World. Interesting. Okay. Queen of Swords, So the card that struck me immediately was the Seven of Cups. This is really what we want to see. Page of Wands, Seven of Cups, we really want to see these cards when we're asking about one's current life path. Are you on the right path? The answer is yes, you are on the right track. They like the direction that you are heading. They have a lot of messages to impart, but overall, they do like the direction that you're heading. They do believe that you have a good head on your shoulders, and that you are doing your part to manifest your visualizations of your ideal future and life's journey. The Seven of Cups is a signifier that you're doing your part, they're doing their part. And the clearer you can make your dreams and your visualizations for what you want to see manifested, like the more clear you can visualize those, the more concise, with as much clarity as you can, the more they can deliver. And with this Hanged Man, you may feel like you've been in a state of suspension for a little while. And I also see this with Death reversed over here, but we'll get to that in a moment. But you may feel like things have been stagnant for a little while in certain directions, but Spirit is saying that that's coming to a close with the World card. That will soon be coming to a close. Feelings of stagnation, feelings of being stuck. The wheel is going to start turning. The world is the world is a ring in the tarot sense, and that ring will, that wheel, that ring will start turning quite soon. Yes, you are on the right path. Spirit is seeing or at least acknowledging some I don't know if I should say, yeah, it is, with this Knight of Cups reverse, it is within the realm of emotions. Likely this has to do with the recent realizations you've had about Sanoa, feeling emotionally imbalanced. You definitely learned, it was not all for naught, and, there's no hard feelings, but it's still a disappointment at the end of the day that they do acknowledge, but they do also want to acknowledge that this is not a cycle that's going to repeat itself. Things are going to be changing for the better. You will be seeing things changing for the better, and these emotions dissipating. We have this beautiful Sun card over here, which is clarity and truth, coming to a place of clarity and truth. If you already don't feel like and you have a very strong sense of intuition, so I think you do have a lot of sense of clarity and truth within yourself. But when you do have revelations about things, definitely trust your gut. Yeah, it's great to listen to friends, and it's great to listen to spiritual advisors or professionals. Any kind of guidance is great from others, especially like in my faith. That's really, really important. Is that's basically like one's holy book is every human experience, and sharing those experiences with one another. But Spirit does acknowledge that you may have been, while you are on the right path and you are moving forward, it may not feel that way at certain times. I don't want to say all the time, but at certain times it may feel like things are stagnant and they're not moving in the direction that you would ideally like them to move. But Spirit just wants to let you know that you're doing everything within your power to manifest the things and to achieve your goals that you have lined out. And they're meeting you halfway, and nothing good comes overnight. All the best things happen slowly but surely. And yeah, Spirit acknowledges there's this disharmony, this lack of there is a certain lack of contentment with this Ten of Cups reverse, but they do want to let you know that everything that you can possibly do, you're a very proactive guy. You're a very proactive dude. You get things done. You take action. You don't just wait for things to change. You do know that you have to put in your effort as well. And Spirit is saying that you are. Spirit is saying that there is a bit of a darkness at this time, emotionally, and I do think again they're acknowledging the situation with Sanoa. With the moon, we have both the sun, but we also have the moon. There is this like dark side of the moon kind of energy, and while you are doing everything within all your resources to move forward, there has been a little bit of a hiccup. And it could be due to, like I said, these feelings of lack of contentment, disappointments, and possible feelings of, I don't want to say bitterness, but not looking fondly at the recent past, the very recent past, I guess over the last month or so. It has cast a bit of a shadow on your life where there is sun. The sun is still there, but there is a bit of a shadow there. And things will change, and these feelings will rectify, and you will heal faster than you'll know it. And that's the thing. That's the good thing here too, is I think laying this thing with Sanoa to rest now, as opposed to later, if that's what you choose to do. Because the longer that you do prolong things with, the more you prolong things with someone, or the deeper things get, typically the harder it is to part from those emotions, or to heal from those emotions. And yeah, this is beautiful. We've got the Chariot here. Things definitely moving forward in a positive direction, and for the better. Conflicts, external conflicts, internal conflicts coming to a close with this Five of Wands. You're not a conflictual guy. I don't see a whole lot of conflicts in your external life, but especially internal conflicts coming to a close. I do believe you're working right now, and I do see a lot of hard work on the horizon, like you just putting in the work, and staying really determined, staying really focused, not letting recent disappointments slow your roll, because Spirit is very much in support of you and your path, and your behaviors, your attitude, the way that you visualize things and see things, your perspective on things, especially the Hangman. You've got a good viewpoint on things. You've got a good head on your shoulders, and you're definitely on the right path. So yeah, the good news, they definitely think that you are on the right path here, Kay. They fully acknowledge the disappointments, but also the blessings of the lessons that we do acquire, from those disappointments that we experience from time to time. But yeah, to answer your question, or it wasn't really a question, but the message is they do believe you're on the right path. It's a good path, and the clearer you can be with them at the end of the day about how you want things to come to fruition in your life, the easier it can be for them to make that happen for you. Okay. Thank you so very much. Okay. For sure, my guy, for sure. I meant every word of it, and so did Spirit. Yeah, you're on the right path. Just keep on keeping on, and things are definitely gonna be looking up for the better for you, for sure. Thank you very much. KK, thank you so much for your donation. Please go ahead and post your question in the chat. Thank you. Hi, KK. I'm trying to obtain my professional license and only need to clear one last exam, which I am struggling with. I took it last week for a third time already, but they will grade it next week only. Question, do you see me passing this time, or should I continue studying while I am waiting for my results? I really need to clear it before the end of December. Okay. Let's see. So do I see you passing your exam at this time? And what is your sign, Kay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Kay pass her exam that she just took? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Kay pass the exam she just took? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Kay pass the exam that she just took this time? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Kay pass the exam that she took this time around? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Kay pass the exam that she just took this time? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Kay pass the exam she just took this time? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Kay pass the exam she just took at this time? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Kay pass the exam that she just took at this time? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Kay pass the exam she just took this time? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Kay pass the exam she took this time? You're Gemini. Okay. Six of Swords, Five of Swords, Ace of Cups, Queen of Swords reversed, and Page of Pentacles. Damn. It doesn't look good, girl. Sorry, I don't know if you're a female. I just assumed that. I'm sorry. It doesn't look good, my friend. We've got this Five of Swords, which is the defeat card. This card, when I think of this card, I think of, yeah, like interviews that I didn't get. You are a female, okay. So no need to apologize, okay. Interviews I didn't get that I worked hard for. I think of grad school I got accepted to that I couldn't pay for. It's a defeat. It's feeling like you've been defeated. Does it mean that you're never going to pass this exam? No, I specifically asked if you were going to pass this time. So, I knew that if the answer was no, that Spirit was going to give us one of the pages, because the pages are the students. Page of Pentacles, yes, keep on studying. So basically it answered both questions, and I knew that it would be, basically I knew it would say to keep on studying. If it said no, there's no way that they would not add that. They're always advocating for us to bone up, because it's not a matter of fate when it comes to exams. It's just a matter of us. You have that Knight of Swords brain on you, girl. Like, you got that Gemini mind. It's sharp. But it's also, as a Gemini moon, it can also, I have ADD, I don't know about you, but I can get, I can really study the hell out, for an exam, but I can get distracted. I'm not saying you got distracted, that's just my thing. Or we get busy with things. Geminis are super duper busy. Dang, this is so impossible. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's what I'm telling you, girl. That's precisely exactly what I'm not telling you. It's not impossible at all. It's super possible. You'll pass it. You will pass it, but it's just 100% up to you. Like, Spirit's doing what they can to help you with your focus, to help you with your energy. But when it comes to hitting the books, I'm not saying you didn't hit them enough. I'm not saying that. And Spirit's not saying that you didn't. But it's they're not judging you. Like, they're not saying, we don't want to pass Kay because we don't like her. And you know that. It has nothing to do with them not, this has nothing to do with judgment here. This has to do with getting the right answers and boning up. The Page of Pentacles is a real student, and I'm guessing this is an exam for a job. Is it for a career? You got this, girl. You got this. That's exactly what Spirit is saying. Is 100% in your hands. Ace of Cups. So you got this. You got this, and you will pass it. It's not something like that you need. If this was reversed, like I'd say you might, Spirit is saying you might want to walk away from this. Spirit is saying keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Your ship will come to shore. Like your ship will sail. I think you're going to pass it by December. So it is for work. There you go. There you go. That Page of Pentacles. Pentacles is money, honey. Pentacles is work. So just study more for this exam that is related to your work. I passed 3 already, but this last one is so bad. It's tough. Yeah, it's tough. I hear you, girl. But you got this. Spirit is saying don't give up. You got this. I would tell. I don't know if I've read for you before. Maybe I have. I don't immediately recognize your name, but if I saw in the cards that Spirit was saying, look, this might just be a lost cause, I'd tell you. But it's simply not. They do acknowledge that this is not an easy test. This has nothing to do with you not being smart or vigilant enough or anything like that. It does take a lot of time. I did, yeah. I your name seemed vaguely vaguely familiar. I think from super chats. It's hard. As I was telling one of my clients the other day, it's hard for me to remember initials sometimes. But yeah, no, you will pass this. You will pass this, love. It has nothing to do with you not being smart enough or capable enough. You 100% are. Yeah, you got this. It's tough. I know. And then once you got this, then you can gloat and brag and feel so proud because you earned it. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, love. Thank you. I appreciate you very much. Got this. All right. Let's see. So the donation queue is open, y'all. If you have a question, I am right here for you, and whoever donates next will be next. Thank you. Okay, so I just realized I've been on for 2 hours, which means I'm going to do last call for all donations. If you have a question that you need me to answer for you tonight, now is the time to send in your donation, and I'm more than happy to read for you. I will not be on tomorrow night. I am working really late tomorrow night in my other job, so I've got to conserve my energies. I'm sure y'all know what I mean. For those of you, well, you probably don't. So the thing with me is my other job is very, like, I have to really focus on like the physical, whereas with this job it's mental. So and both expend energy. I also just have a lot to take care of tomorrow in the afternoon. Last call tonight. Last call for any and all donations. If you have a question you would like me to answer for you, I am here. All my donation information can be found right at the top of the chat. Thank you. Last call tonight. Last call for all donations. Last call tonight, last call for all donations. Thank you very much. If you have a question, send in a donation and I'm more than happy to read for you. And yes, I will not be on tomorrow. Last call tonight, last call. Anybody? Alright, looks like everyone is happy and taken care of. Again, if I'm not on, which I won't be tomorrow, you can always message me and I am more than happy to help you. Just send in your donation and I can read for you over Instagram or typed over email. With that being said, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night and I will see y'all on Thursday. Bye!